Inside Tennis with the Cause is brought to you by Firkins Automotive. Find it at Firkins.
Hi, tennis fans. The Cause here with another half hour inside the world of tennis. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Adventure comes standard during Jeep Adventure Days at Firkins Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. New 2019 Compass, $199 a month. Or your choice, new Grand Cherokee or Wrangler Sport, just $299 a month. Expect more, save more. Find it at Firkins. Expect more, save more when you shop Firkins Mitsubishi in Bradenton. New 2018 Eclipse Cross, all-wheel drive, $189 a month. Or get 0% for 72 months on new 2018 Eclipse, Outlander, and Outlander Sport models. Expect more, save more. Find it at Firkins.
Hi, I'm John Isner, and you're Inside Tennis with the Cause.
Hi, tennis fans. The Cause here. Terrific as always to be with you. Welcome to our special edition of the 2018 U.S. Open Part 2. International Tennis Hall of Famer, Steve Flink. 18 is coming to a close. U.S. Open 2018. Your take on the start of the first week and a half.
Well, Dave, you and I had been discussing this, and of course, I think the big shock, really, more than the week and a half, but of the tournament overall, the theme was no Nadal, no Federer in the final, despite the fact that they were seeded 1 and 2. Rafa losing in the semifinals to Del Potro, down 2 sets, had a real problem with his knee and wisely elected to retire. But even more startling was Roger Federer in the 4th round, playing against John Millman, and he could not forge ahead 2 sets to love as he should have. He was a set 5-4, 40-15, but he ended up losing the 2nd set and losing the match in 4 sets. So Federer bowed out there, and Millman, of course, went out to Novak Djokovic.
New champion on the women's side, a new crown bearer, under rather unique circumstances, Steve.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Naomi Osaka of Japan had a terrific tournament, beat Madison Keys in the semis. Comes up against Serena Williams, who she beat earlier in the year in Miami, in your state.
Yes, I remember.
And people didn't put too much stock in it because Serena hadn't played much at that stage. After, it was a tough time. She was still sort of rounding into form, so we kind of dismissed that, or many did. So here they are in the finals, and Naomi plays an incredible first set and wins it 6-2. But then the second set was marred, of course, by a lot of controversy. Serena getting a warning for coaching, then a point penalty for smashing her racket, and finally a game penalty that put her down 5-3 in that second set. And she was livid, and the crowd was all worked up. Not how we wanted to see it conclude. Having said that, Osaka's poise was astonishing.
Leading the way for the American men into the second round, John Isner, Jack Sock, Steve Johnson, Dennis Kudla, and Taylor Fritz. Taylor, just 3 years ago, we were sitting inside there celebrating U.S. Open Boys Championship. Your life went into fast forward. You get married. All of a sudden, there's young son, Jordan. How fast has this journey been for anybody, including you?
It's a lot, especially with my pro career moving forward. I wasn't expecting things to just go so fast, but, I sent it.
Sent it is your underscored phrase. I understand that. How supportive is this team that you have built into the family?
It's amazing when my family is around me and at tournaments and supporting me. That's when I'm at my best.
You just reached the third round and maybe more after that. How encouraging at this time in your career does this have to be?
It's good. I've been working really hard, and so it's nice to nice to see results and improvement.
Dennis, it all started here. You remember it in the juniors. You had quite a run. Go back and trace what that was like getting it kicked off here.
Yeah, U.S. Open's always been a special place for me. I made the finals here in juniors, losing to Jack Sock in 3 sets. We were the first All-American final in 10 years since Roddick Ginepri. So following those footsteps are pretty awesome. We both had some pretty good careers, both made top 100. I've had some big results. But U.S. Open's always been a special place for me. I haven't won too many matches here, but got my first win probably about 5 years ago. And then today I feel like I'm back on track playing some of my best tennis of my career. Straight set win against Berrettini, who's a young guy in the top 50. And now an opportunity to play either Del Potro or Don Young, and I'm definitely excited about it.
Francis, I feel very fortunate to have been with you several times in the last 9 months of your career. That all started when you won the Sarasota Challenger. I remember that well. It was a great celebration with your dad. A year ago, I was here with you right here on Ash Stadium, where you broke the world, showing them you could play with the best in the game. Delray Beach, fast forward. You know whom you beat there, don't you?
Ton of guys that week, yeah.
Yeah, a ton of great wins. Yeah. How eager were you to come back here to New York and pick up from where you left off?
It was huge. Finally get a win here. It was my 4th appearance. And I've always had, tough draws. But, this year, I finally feel, comfortable. I'm finally an ATP player this year. I've been playing mostly, all ATP events. Winning a ton of matches, being great guys. So, I feel like I'm all, I'm not the underdog anymore. I'm all the favorite in most of the matches I play. It doesn't matter who I'm playing. I feel like I got a chance against anyone I play now. So, I played well today.
You have a tag on your back. The next generation. You're part of that squad. How proud is that squad to be showing what's happening, and it's happening fast?
Yeah, a ton of guys are playing great. Happy to see it. Happy to be a part of the new crop of guys. Stepping into the scene, and that just shows how good my generation from the juniors was, and hopefully we all keep going and we all play for big titles. And
It was a good match. I thought I played pretty well. Leading up to this tournament, I've been practicing well, and I think I got rested, which was imperative. I was feeling a bit run down this summer.
Relieved, obviously. You guys follow tennis throughout the years. It's been a tough road for a little bit here, a little bit for 9 months. So, it hasn't been my best results, but that's why you have a good team, good family, good support system around you. It kept me positive. Obviously, doubles has kept me, in some tournaments, gave me confidence. Gave me motivation, just to be on court in general. And obviously, I love the game. I've loved it my whole life, and I wouldn't be here without, the support system I've had. So they've just kept pushing me, and it was only a matter of time, I think, for it to turn around. I know the level of tennis I can play, and it hasn't shown every match this year, but 1 week it was going to turn, and I'm glad it's started at least here, and hope I can keep it going.
Stoneman Douglas, and you covered them at the Miami Open, and you're up here again at the U.S. Open with them. What impact are they making on our country?
I believe those students there have done a great job, not only on the political side, but also the drama students creating that song that's called Shine. It's become like a national anthem. And they were invited by the U.S. Open to perform at Arthur Ashe Kids Day last Saturday. They were the closing act, and they joined up with all the other performers to give a great finale to the program.
Firkins family, you've been with them from day one. They've been promoting tennis from day one, Nick Bollettieri.
Well, I think they help with a lot of local events.
Adventure comes standard during Jeep Adventure Days at Firkins Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. New 2019 Compass, $199 a month. Or your choice, new Grand Cherokee or Wrangler Sport, just $299 a month. Expect more, save more. Find it at Firkins.
Tennis fans, thanks for staying with us. Hope that you enjoy the second half of the 2018 U.S. Open. Katrina Adams, how proud is the USTA? How proud are you about venturing into the sculpture of Althea Gibson?
Well, for me, it's been an honor to be a part of this process. This is something that I've always wanted to commemorate Althea with. And being in the chair as a president, I had some leeway to be able to make some decisions and talk more about why I felt it was important for us to honor her. Billie Jean King and I are very close. We had a few conversations over the last few years in regards to doing something. And I met with her last fall and we talked about it. And I told her, I said, hey, I've got a board meeting coming up in December. Would love for you to send a letter of support for this, of which she did. She came and met with the board, and the board discussed it. Within 5 minutes, they all approved, and here we are today.
Beautiful. Is it possible to put into words the impact that she has made on the game and perhaps a career of a person like you?
So she was a force to reckon with, but she was a leader. She was strong, and she was determined. And I think when you fast forward to what I'm doing and what all of us players of color have had the opportunity to do and understand some of the challenges that we may have all met, we can go as far back as Althea, and then before that, to say, hey, if she could do it, if Arthur Ashe could do it, so can we.
When you addressed the media, directly behind you was a cover from Sports Illustrated with one of the most stunning young women on the cover, a beautiful woman. Will we be able to feel her beauty in this sculpture?
Oh, absolutely. We have chosen a beautiful artist in Eric Goulder, who has a very creative and innovative idea as to how he wants to present her. It will be an interactive monument. It will be educational. It'll have some artificial intelligence involved in it. It'll be futuristic, and it will be current. So we'll have the opportunity to tell as much of her story as we would like, and I think that's one of the things that excites me the most.
Competitive first few days, but I think the heat probably leveled the playing field a little bit.
Some first country winners here, Brazil and the boys, China and the girls. Any surprises there?
I think so, yes, but Wong, who won the girls' event, has been showing a very powerful and very high-level game now all year. She made the semis at Wimbledon. She won the doubles there in the girls' championship. So you would definitely put her on a short list of possibilities of winning this tournament. Tiago, probably not so much, only because he didn't play a lot of juniors. He was playing mostly ITF futures events. So it's a little bit difficult to determine when you're not seeing those players play the same players on a regular basis. But from what I saw of his game, it's very well suited to futures and challengers. So at 18 years old, he wanted to go out in a blaze of glory, and I think he did that.
Well, congratulations, U.S. Open 2018 champion. You are the first out of China to win. What's that make you feel like? How proud are you for your country?
I'm very exciting, and my mom was exciting, and she's crying after the match. And I think
good tears, good crying.
Yeah, I think it's a good start for the Chinese player.
You play on the Pro Tour, you play in the juniors when you have an opportunity. What's it like playing the pro, coming back to the juniors, going back to the pros?
I think the pros is help me to have more experience to play the match, and it's good for my tennis to play. And when I come back to junior, I feel it's a little bit easier to play with them.
It's been a great week for me. Just like I've been saying the whole week, it's every juniors player's biggest dream to ever win a Grand Slam. And I think for me it's really special for my country. Being the first in my country to win this tournament, it's just a great thing to do. I think that the intensity and the focus that you gotta have on the pros, it's a lot bigger than the juniors. But I think that's one thing that really helped me this week, because I kept my focus really, really consistent, and I just think that's what made a really big difference.
Well, it was a tough match. It was kind of a friendly, tough match. What's it like when you play a couple of other Americans in the finals of the U.S. Open?
Yeah, we're all friends on the court. Obviously, or not on the court, but off the court, we're all friends. Obviously, on the court, we want to win. But I thought both teams played really well and had a good run here at the U.S. Open.
So it's a mix of fun and a mix of competition. How do you make that work?
Yeah, I definitely think that's very important for everyone, especially playing such a competitive sport. You have to enjoy yourself somehow, because this is what you're dedicating your whole life to.
What's it mean to be the first American U.S. Open winner of 2018? You're the first one to cash in, girls.
It feels good that we got the win here today. We had to move indoors. It wasn't like outside on the grounds. It was in the Chase Center, but we still played well.
What's it mean to you? What's it mean to all your friends and your family? You share these things, I know.
Yeah, it's definitely a great experience. I'm so lucky and grateful that I'm able to play the sport that I love, and to be able to do well and win the title here with Coco makes it even better.
We just had fun. We tried our best. We were having some nerves, but I think at the end of the day we'll be happy with both results.
How big is this for you? How big is it for your countries?
I think it's quite big. I mean, I think the British Federation would prefer me to win Wimbledon because, you know, I'm British. But hey, it's a slam. You know, US Open's one of my favorite tournaments. I think after Wimbledon, but it's unbelievable to win it. You know, and it's just a good experience. You know, it's only juniors, I know, but still, you know, you have your name up written on the board somewhere. So yeah, it's not bad. Yeah,
that's kind of cool. Dieter, what does playing competitive tennis mean to you? Out of the chair.
Competitive tennis is, for me, the most important thing in my life. I play tennis because I love the game, I love the excitement, I love the long rallies. But to be able to actually be professional and play on the tour is just really great.
All of you out of the chair are. You realize the importance of not missing, and that gives you 30, 40 ball rallies. There's a lot of strategy involved, but there's a lot of patience. On what do you build your game?
I think my job is to make many balls, and Dida will get, she can hit hard, so I just need give her chance balls, and yeah.
2 in a row, back-to-back US Open championships. Can you describe the feeling?
At the moment, I'm overwhelmed. It's an incredible feeling to be able to go into my second final, singles final in 2 years, and then to bring home the title this year is something that I'm really, really relieved about and happy. I thought I've been playing pretty much my best tennis this week, and I was really nervous going into today's match. I didn't really know what Shingu was going to do, and he had such a strong start, and for me to find a way and eventually pull through is something that I'm really, really happy about.
What has tennis added to your life?
Yes, tennis is my life. I go tour for 4 months in 1 year, so it was a big journey, but I'm really fun about it. Yeah.
What was it like playing at the U.S. Open? Again, you were in Armstrong Stadium, correct? What was that like?
A really beautiful stadium, so I like to play there, and I really had fun about it. Yeah.
Wow, do you all know how to set the stage with excitement, and you take it down to match point? You know how to pick partners too, 2 years in a row.
Well, she was a great player. I mean, I knew that. I mean, she was like #1 in the world before she obviously had her injury. So there was no concerns from my end about who I was going to partner up with. And you know, proved it. She played amazing. The whole tournament came out with some clutch shots in the match tie breaks when we really needed it, and yeah, that's why we got the trophy. Yeah.
Indeed, indeed. I know you're doing rehab. I know you were able to get 1.5 feet off the ground. You were 4 feet off the ground right after that match point was cleared. Do you realize that?
No, I saw a picture of it just now. I was like swiping through Twitter, and I was like, damn, I got pretty high. I got pretty high there. I've been working on my vertical. Obviously, my knee is feeling good. I think everything feels better when you're winning, though. I mean, you have no aches and pains, right? Yeah. I mean, they all go away in that moment, so...
Take some more jumps tonight. Great to see you all. Thanks for this. Congratulations, Jimmy and Bethany.
Thank you, Todd.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, Mike Bryan, funny standing here, just the two of us. Jack had to run off. How much fun was that? What's it like winning another American title, U.S. Open again?
It feels amazing. I've had a great time with Jack. Wimbledon and the U.S. Open, it's kind of a dream run, joining forces with an unbelievable talent, a good friend, and kind of now we're bonded for life to have these huge trophies in our trophy case together. Jack played amazing. I just try to bring the experience. He brings the firepower and the youth, and it makes a good team. So to play one of our best matches against Kubat and Mel, who finished #1 last year, to kind of, it was kind of a hot knife through butter. I mean, to beat a team like that 3-1 is amazing. Everything was working out there today.
We have experience with separate partners, but also singles players also.
We've gone far in a lot of different events separately, but we've had good success this year together when we have played together. So I think it's finally the first time we've played together at a Grand Slam. So I was just dying for it. I mean, she was great to play with all week, 2 weeks, sorry. And I had an amazing time out there with Ash.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've only played a handful of tournaments together this year, but we've had pretty good success right from the get-go. And, this last fortnight...
It means a lot, I think. Since I was a little kid, I've come to New York and I've watched the great players play here. So I think just for me to even be in the same wall as them, I'm really happy.
It was great atmosphere to be part of. Great match to be part of. Crowd got engaged from the first point, especially in the second set when we went toe-to-toe.
To be honest, I was crying till now. And I'm very sad for being a loser today, but Novak deserved to take the trophy. He played a great match, very smart.
Well, Steve, is he back? What kind of Djokovic are we going to see from now on?
Because if we use history as a guide, I mean, looking back to 2015, when he won Wimbledon and the U.S. Open that year, he went on and won Australia and France the next year to pull off his 4 in a row, first player since Laver among the men to do that. And I think it was a very impressive tournament for Novak Djokovic.
Interesting ending. We've got 2 players who won the tournament, Naomi Osaka and Novak Djokovic. Osaka's idol growing up was Serena Williams, and she beat her last night. Tonight, Novak Djokovic, his idol growing up was Pete Sampras, and today he matched Pete Sampras' incredible mark of 14 major singles championships. So some great tennis from Novak Djokovic throughout this entire tournament. What a summer it's been for him. And I love the new Armstrong. The new Armstrong reminds me a little bit, and you and I spent some time in the old grandstand 20 years ago, ×3.
It was a wild tournament right from the beginning, pretty much. I mean, Simona Halep, who was the top seed on the women's side, lost in the first 90 minutes of the tournament on a brand new stadium, and it almost got forgotten by the end of the next day. I mean, things kept happening here. The heat was crazy. It sort of added a sense of delirium to everything, it felt like. It was an incredibly sweaty tournament. It was a lot of upsets, obviously a lot of controversy in the women's final on the penultimate day of the tournament. Pretty smooth today on the men's final. Nothing too eventful happened. But overall, just a lot of unusual curveballs getting thrown at us as reporters consistently the whole way through the tournament.
Tennis fans, great to have you with us on Inside Tennis with the Cause. We love our sponsors, and you will too. Stop by and see them. Until then, remember, in tennis scoring, love means nothing, but love of the game means everything. Keep alive your love of the game. Love you, tennis fans, and we'll see you right here every Saturday, 12:30 on SNN.
Inside Tennis with the Cause has been brought to you by Firkins Automotive. Find it at Firkins.
Adventure comes standard during Jeep Adventure Days at Firkins Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. New 2019 Compass, $199 a month. Or your choice, new Grand Cherokee or Wrangler Sport, just $299 a month. Expect more, save more. Find it at Firkins.